Hello everybody and welcome back to Comcast Connect Live. Ashley Brown with you tonight, and we're going to continue our discussion of the Ultimate Football Club, something new to the area that is a kind of a neat idea, and it's a little bit different off the beaten path a little bit. With us, one of the co-founders of the club is Keisha Rivers Shorty, and also joining us, one of the members now, Chuck Edgar, is with us. And well, Keisha, how did Chuck get involved? What was that conversation like? How did he get involved with the league?
Well, it was actually interesting because we have a partnership with Beasley Broadcasting, and they were running some PSAs for us about the organization, and I got an email from Chuck at like 4 in the morning saying, you know, sounds great, how do I get involved?
He was wired and ready to go.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, at 4 in the morning. You mentioned football and real equipment, and there you go.
Yeah.
So I called him up, you know, sent him an email back, called him up, and talked to him about the organization and what we were planning on doing. And he was like, okay, where do I sign up? Where do I go? And Chuck is kind of indicative of the types of guys that we have. Just everyday guys who love the game, who just want to do it just for fun. And Chuck isn't one of the 21-year-olds that will be out, but you know, I wanted to have him come on so he could kind of tell you a little bit about you know, why he decided to join and what he's found so far, because he's been to a few of our open houses as well.
Before we get on that, we can't ignore the elephant in the room. We've got to find how in the world did this happen? You join a football club and then all of a sudden you got a broken hand. What happened?
Yeah, well, I'd like to say that there was like this huge moment, and I like dove over 3 defenders and came down, you know, hand first in the end zone to score the touchdown. But actually, it happened within 5 minutes of us just warming up, throwing the football back and forth, and caught that pinky right there and kind of.
You got a little boxer's break right here?
Yeah,
you know what?
Right
you know
there.
how I know about that? Because I had one right there from a person throwing a basketball, and I tried to block it. Same exact thing happened.
So you totally understand.
Yeah, and you probably played the rest of the time not thinking anything, and then all of a sudden it kept bothering you and bothering you. My wife finally made me go to the doctor, and I was just thinking, what a waste of time. And he comes back and says, you got a broken hand. And I was like, you know, all right.
That's exactly what happened. One X-ray later, I was like,
oh, okay. Well, I can't pick on him too bad then, because I've done the exact same thing.
Well, the thing is, later on, if you go to our website and you look at the video, later on, he actually broke up a couple of passes. Talked quite a bit of trash, I must say.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
Oh, yeah. I believe I said something along the lines of, you know, if I'd had 2 hands, that would have been an interception.
There you go. Well, tell me about it. You find out about the league. You call. You want to join. What attracted you to it?
I have found that there's a connection and a camaraderie among people that have an avid interest in sports. I am a football fanatic. And I am all things football. I love watching draft days. I love watching preseasons. If I can get the direct ticket, I'm watching, you know, all the games. I'm flipping back and forth, you know, picture in picture. I just love it. And what attracted me to this is that there are a lot of other people just like me. But there's no real one place that everybody can really gather.
Well, and like Keisha said, with baseball or with golf or with tennis or with basketball, you can actually go out and perform exactly as the pros do. But in football, you're not going to get together and get out in the yard and put on helmets and shoulder pads and all that equipment. But with this, you get an opportunity to do that.
Absolutely. You get to play. There's, you know, the different divisions that we have, and no matter how old you get, you know, there's still a place there somewhere for you. And it's not just all playing football, it's all the other things that we do, and just having that connection is
most former athletes, people you talk to, they miss playing, but you miss the camaraderie of being around the guys, you know, being around the group, being on the bus on trips to the game, that kind of thing. And I guess with this you sort of get that camaraderie back.
You do, and there's nothing that will raise the level of testosterone in a room like a bunch of old out of
talking
shape
trash
guys.
It seems like those kind of guys talk trash even more than the young guys. Well, I don't know, the young guys probably talk it pretty much too.
But it's interesting, you know, because we all come together. We show up at the open houses every Saturday, and we get together and we're just chatting back and forth, and then, you know, we put on the pads, and then it's like the voices get a little bit deeper. You put the helmet on, boy, and it's on.
If you put on some eye black, it's all.
Forget it.
We don't. Eye black's not allowed.
Eye black's not allowed. Oh man, there you go.
That's part of that no knucklehead policy.
No knucklehead policy. I like it. Well, what are I guess what goals do you have? I mean, membership-wise, we know you're going to try to get to 150 and cap it there. Are you recruiting people, buddies, pals, that kind of thing now?
Oh, all the time. And this is the greatest opportunity to recruit, because people are like, wow, what happened to your arm? Oh, let me tell you.
Yeah, and you would think that would steer guys away, but football guys know. They're like, oh, cool, you know, they want to be involved.
Awesome. Yeah. How do I get in? You know, like Saturday, 6:30. So
that's great.
Yeah, it's been great. It's there is something, there's been something lacking, I think, in Augusta, and this is really going to pick up a vacuum.
And you've been in the area, you said 5 years, correct? Where'd you come from?
Originally, I'm from Texas. Joined the military, got out of the military, lived in Charlotte for a while.
Now, are you a
Been
Longhorns fan? Are you an A&M fan? Are you? Yeah.
We used to make fun of A&M.
Oh,
I'm from Houston. You know, U of
okay. Are you a
H.
Houston Cougar?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
Andre Ware, they got some.
We
good-
had our moments.
Yeah,
we did.
had their
Yeah,
moments.
we did.
And actually, recently they've had some. You know, they're a little bit better.
They
putting up
did. They
points.
picked it up. You know, but
They can't stop anybody from scoring. I got to
No,
talk a little
that's
trash.
right. That's right. Yeah.
NFL-wise, who do you follow?
Oh, I'm a 49ers fan.
Are you?
So I'm a
49ers fan from Texas? I was
Yeah.
assuming
Oh,
it'd
I
be a
know.
Cowboy.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, when I was a kid, I was a Pittsburgh fan.
Well, you
so-
know what? I'm a
Yeah.
Pittsburgh fan right now.
Are
I
you?
was when I was young. And as a matter of fact, I've got a picture when I was 6 or 7 with a Terry Bradshaw jersey on, getting an autograph from Steve Bartkowski, the Falcons.
Wow.
I had on a Bradshaw jersey.
Wow,
though.
that would be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. So it was pretty funny. My mom was like, "You can't wear that there," and I said, "Well, it's the only one I want to wear. I don't
it's
want to wear."
football.
Yeah.
And see, back then, you couldn't go buy jerseys. I mean, now you can get. I mean, now we got
Yeah.
Ultimate Football clubs and stuff, but you can go buy whatever the pros wear. Back then it was my dad buying a mesh T-shirt basically and
Right.
putting the numbers and everything on there. So
Yep.
it was it was melting them on there. So I'm sure it was terrible, but back then I thought it was the greatest thing in
Yeah.
the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what are tell me about the process? The games are on Saturdays for the most part?
Yeah, right now we're doing open houses on Saturdays. We're meeting at Lake Olmsted Park.
Sure.
So we're having the guys either go to the website at theultimatefootballclub.com or giving us a call at 706-431-9005. Once they talk to me and I pretty much give them the lowdown on how everything goes, then we'll arrange for them to come out. And like we said, for open house, they get a chance to try everything out, meet some of the other guys. We'll play some pickup games, and we'll also do some other activities as well.
That's what I was going to say. This is kind of fun, basketball lingo, pickup games. But yeah, for the guys, you just get together and kind of, it's not one of those, I guess, so stringent and you follow this. This is
No.
just, pick up, get the guys together and have some fun. And I imagine afterwards there's going out to eat and all that stuff,
Yeah.
just like you would
And-
Little League games. I
Right,
guess.
and pretty much, and that's why we call it Little League for adults,
Yeah.
because we've got it set up where we've got various sponsors and we've got various people in the community where we get hookups, because
Yeah.
that's another thing.
Got to do that. Yeah.
So it's kind of like that whole fantasy experience, because pro athletes, they get special treatment
Sure,
because they're
sure.
pros. Our guys, we call it kind of like the poor man's version of the NFL.
Yeah.
So, we'll go to Hooters and we can get a 25% discount there, or we'll go to Wild Wings, or we'll go to famous Dave's Barbecue, and those are different places where we have membership benefits.
That's great.
So once the guys join, you get a membership ID card, you flash your membership ID card, and you get hookups around town.
Well, I work in radio. They would pay you with hookups instead of cash if they could. So I know all about that. Trust me, I know all about that. Well, it's a great idea, and it sounds like you're really, into it and gonna push this thing. And obviously, this is the logo and the helmet and all the equipment looks great. And you got some members that seem to be following in your footsteps,
Yep.
really passionate about it. So it sounds like it's going to be great.
Yeah, so we're just
Yeah.
really trying to get the word out, let everybody know that we're there, and have them come to the site, have them give us a call and come check it out.
UltimateFootballClub.com. Just
Yeah.
spell it out. And repeat the number again, 431-90.
Yeah, 431-9005,
Okay.
and it's theultimatefootballclub.com.
All right, theultimatefootballclub.com, or of course you can give them a call and you can join Chuck. Hopefully, no broken bones, but have some fun playing on Saturdays out at Lake Olmsted. Well, Keisha and Chuck, thanks for coming by. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
All right, y'all take care. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to change sports, and we're going to be talking to some other guys who are getting out there, not necessarily professionals. It's the jawbones and sawbones, doctors versus attorneys in a charity basketball game. I don't know who you pull for there.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
We'll come back and talk about that when Connect Live continues.